Now I want to share with you, I guess, an analogy. I'm going to use analogies here around goals and getting focused on what you want, and it's a sort of journeys analogy. So I want you to sort of imagine it as being like a road trip. I'm on a journey just now, so I'm thinking journeys. Imagine a road trip. First of all, if you're going to go on a road trip or a journey, you need to know your destination. So it's really, really vital you know where you're going. So what journey do you want to be on? Envisage it. Where do you want to go? It's really important that you know what it's going to look like when you reach that destination. How will you know you're there? What will you be doing? And I invite you to think that through in as much detail as possible. I love to ask people a medical question, and it's a question that gets people to consider if they were to go to sleep tonight and when they woke, if things were just the way they wanted it, so while they were sleeping that a miracle took place, things changed so they could get what they wanted. And then I invite them to tell me in as much detail as possible, what's the first thing that will happen? What's next? And we go on and on and on, and I keep asking that very simple question until we get to the root of describing in as much detail what life will be like, what they'll be doing when they're at the destination. And it's really important that it's measurable, because if you describe things in a doing sort of way, if you can describe actions are measurable. So we want as much detail as possible. So I guess what I'm talking about is bring your future and what you want in the future into your present, so you can do something about it today. So we want to know as much as detail as possible about your destination, so you'll know what it's going to look like when you get there. Okay? So the reason why I'm telling you that, or suggesting that, is that people who are able to vision their goal as much detail as possible are more likely to succeed. These are the people that succeed. So the next thing, so you've got your vision in mind, you know what journey you're on. Now you need to create a roadmap to lead you to that goal. You need to, if you were on a journey, there'd be stops and stages along the way. You'd be saying, by such and such a time, I want to be at such and such a destination. So I guess that's about creating milestones. I work with an absolutely fabulous productivity coach called 𝗞𝗜𝗧𝗕𝗔𝗚𝗏. She helps me, every 4 months, she helps me create 3 key goals that are going to help me with my business. And then she helps me work out the milestones along the way. So that's something you can do as well. With the big goal that you want and the productivity you want to create around that, that's an approach you can apply. The next thing I'm going to invite you to do is to focus your lens. So if you're on a journey, you might want to look at steps and stages that you're going to see along the way. Focus your lens, and by doing so you're going to ask yourself, what's the bigger picture? What's the big picture I can see? And that gives you direction. But then you need to narrow your focus and narrow your lens and get clarity on what one thing can I do? What can I give my full attention to? And when you've done that, you can ask yourself that question again. Okay, what's the next thing? And the next one thing that I can do to help me get what I want? And again, give that your full attention, keep going, keep doing that. Now, as with any journey, to know, it's all very good and well knowing where you want to be, but it's really important also to know where you're at right now, because then you're going to plug the gap, you're going to build the bridge between the now and the then. So before you start your journey, but get really, really clear on where you're at right now